Now on CoastTV News.
Protests pop nationwide. The overnight response to an ICE-involved shooting, plus how the ongoing controversy with ICE has sparked changes on Delmarva.
Salisbury story shocks.
This is too much for me.
How the ICE detainment of one man's wife was only the start of a weekend filled with sorrow.
Good Thursday morning, Delmarva. We're beginning in the low to mid 30s this morning. A beautiful day awaits in the 50s, tracking more 60s and a chance of rain.
Shelter System Spotlight what a number of organizations say they provide to help those experiencing homelessness in the Georgetown area.
This is CoastTV News Today.
It is Thursday, January 8th, 2026. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, Matt. I'm Grace Eckerly. Thank you for joining us for our 5 o'clock hour.
And Grace, we've been talking about how mild it's been. I did get outside a little bit yesterday. You would have
Did
thought,
you?
yeah.
What were you up to?
Just walking around.
Oh, causing some trouble?
Me never.
Typical Matt Pensick activities.
Never. We would have thought it was spring the way it felt.
It was beautiful outside. It was nice. It was sunny. It was exactly, actually, what Chris had promised us. He was spot on with that.
Spot on, and it was spectacular. Let's get to First Alert meteorologist right now, Chris Mastrobono. He's in the Weather Center. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. Yeah, I'll tell you what, a little early spring fever, right, on Delmarva here over the last few days. And we're in for a really nice day today. Not as mild as yesterday, but still trending above average. Right now in Ocean City, we are seeing dry conditions out there. Temperatures are generally in the lower to mid 40s across the coast. A little cooler inland. We're at 31, Millsboro 30, Bridgeville, we're at 30 in Laurel, 31 Delmar. Winds relatively calm, but we see more of a northwest wind flow this morning. Clear skies to start our day. We have high pressure just off to our west. That's going to continue to slide eastward through the day today. And boy, I'll tell you what, we went from 33 on Saturday to 64 yesterday, and we continue to see this early thaw across the area, this early January thaw. Mostly sunny skies to start. We'll see a few clouds roll in through the afternoon, but overall, a really nice day on the peninsula with temperatures getting into the lower to mid 50s. Now, as we go into Friday, we're going to be back up into the 60s. As the warm weather continues into the weekend, we are tracking rain chances, so we stay dry for now, but that will change as we go into Friday night through the start of the weekend. I'll break that down more a little later on the newscast.
Thank you, Chris. And our top story this hour is the ongoing illegal immigration controversy and how some on Delmarva are reacting to it.
The latest is Avelo Airlines, which runs out of the Wilmington airport. The airline says it is now shutting down its base at the Phoenix Mesa Gateway Airport later this month.
The airline says it's ending its role in the Department of Homeland Security's deportation charter program because it wasn't financially sustainable long term.
Avelo launched this charter flight last year using 3 planes to transport detainees between detention centers and to countries in Central America. Avelo said in a statement on Wednesday the program provided short-term benefits but ultimately did not deliver enough consistent and predictable revenue to overcome its operational complexity and costs.
And things to know, the ICE flights offered by Avelo have been a controversial topic in Delaware, with protesters sometimes lining Route 13 near the airport. Governor Matt Meyer and some state Democrats are not happy that Avelo signed on to help ICE with deportation flights out of the country. And while no deportation flights have come out of Delaware, Governor Meyer said he and his wife decided against flying with the company on a trip to Puerto Rico.
This announcement from Avelo changing things up in Dover. Delaware State Senator Ray Seafried said that the Senate Bill 207, which would have taken away state incentives from companies involved in deportation flights, is now being put on hold. He says the bill was never about banning those flights or targeting one company. It was about making sure Delaware wasn't financially supporting practices he opposes. Now, he says there's no reason to move forward with the legislation, but lawmakers could still revisit the bill if things change.
And this just in, officials and protesters are reacting with outrage after an ICE agent shot and killed a 37-year-old woman on Wednesday. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry is demanding ICE get out of his city, but the Trump administration officials are calling the shooting justified. It was a response to domestic terrorism.
NBC's Alice Barr showing us more from this developing situation, a warning that some of this footage could be disturbing.
The city of Minneapolis, once again the center of protest, outrage, and grief.
I'm beyond the thoughts and prayers. I'm enraged now.
after an ICE officer fatally shot a 37-year-old woman identified as Renee Good. Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem says the woman was blocking an ICE vehicle that got stuck in the snow as officers tried to push it out.
She then proceeded to weaponize her vehicle.
Video from the scene shows an officer going to the driver's door, another stepping in front of the vehicle, and when the driver accelerates forward and to the right, shots fired.
The ICE officer, fearing for his life and the other officers around him and the safety of the public, fired defensive shots.
Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey pushing back.
Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly, that is
and issuing this stark message.
To ICE, get the out of Minneapolis. We do not want you here. Your stated reason for being in this city is to create some kind of safety, and you are doing exactly the opposite.
President Trump defending the officers' actions and vowing to protect law enforcement agents. And as Homeland Security labeled the incident an act of domestic terrorism, Governor Tim Walz urged protesters to stay peaceful.
Minnesotans, don't take the bait. Do not take the bait.
While the community reels. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Now, Salisbury's man's life has changed after his wife was detained by ICE and his family suffering an untimely death. On Saturday morning, Rigo Lopez says his wife, Arlette Marie Martinez, was on her way to work when she was detained by ICE on Mount Herman Road. 2 days later, their son, 15-year-old Kevin Martinez, a student at Parkside High School, died from cancer. Martinez, still in custody of ICE, never got her chance to say goodbye.
This is too much for me. It's too very, very bad news because my wife not can stay with me. And my son is no more with me either.
Maryland court records show the only thing on Martinez's record is a traffic citation for her involvement in an accident in 2015.
New this morning, the continuing effort in dealing with homeless situation in Georgetown. The Supportive Housing Issues Committee was created in September. It looks at how to improve existing facilities like shelters, recovery homes, and pallet homes.
CoastTV News reporter Lisa Weber is live in Georgetown. And Lisa, today at the committee meeting, we expect to see presentations from multiple organizations that offer resources for those experiencing homelessness or fillability housing issues.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. Yes, today, Love Inc., the Recovery Hub, and First State Community Action Agency are going to give presentations at the Georgetown Supportive Housing Committee meeting about all of the resources they provide for people here in the Georgetown area who are experiencing homelessness or poverty. And the Georgetown Supportive Housing Committee has been working for months to better find ways to help people who are experiencing homelessness. And Love Inc. is an organization that works with local churches to help those dealing with homelessness, food insecurity, and a loss of home utilities. The organization also runs Code Purple shelters in Sussex County. The Recovery Hub is a community-based support center for individuals seeking recovery from substance use and other disorders. It also provides workforce development and housing navigation. And First State Community Action Agency offers a variety of programs for those experiencing poverty, like navigating affordable housing, works with shelters to get people out of the cold, re-entry programs, and financial literacy programs. And these presentations will take place this evening at 4 p.m. at the Georgetown Supportive Housing Committee meeting. Back to you.
Georgetown, thank you for that. We have an update to a story that we've been covering out of Ellendale. The town council's trying to put pressure on Delmarva Power. This is for the installation of security cameras on Delmarva Power poles. And according to town leaders, Ellendale received a $100,000 grant to move the project forward, but the installation hasn't been simple. However, from previous reports, town officials were told by Delmarva Power that they could not attach the cameras to those poles. Town council says they now face a March deadline to use the money, or they will lose it.
We don't want the grant to run out. So if nothing happens, we're going to just move forward, buy the poles, put them up, and then we'll be approaching them to say, okay, you need them hooked up to your power poles now.
Ellendale leaders are taking the issue to the state government amid the impending March deadline.
On Wednesday, Delaware released its 2025 Climate Action Plan, a guide to reduce emissions, strengthen resilience, and protect communities. The plan focuses on rising temperatures, sea levels, and extreme rainfall. Some parts of the plan include the state providing towns with technical assistance to incorporate climate change into planning efforts and assess the need for an industrial-scale composting facility in Delaware.
Happening today, the Starboard in Dewey Beach says it will host a fundraiser for Corporal Matthew Ty Snook. It was on December 23rd when the Delaware State Police trooper was shot and killed while working overtime out of Wilmington, DMV. Now, according to organizers, the fundraiser is set for 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. The restaurant says all proceeds will go directly to the Snook family.
The Delaware State Troopers Association put out a post today thanking the community for an outpouring of support following the death of Corporal Matthew Ty Snook. In a statement, the association says the support over the past few weeks has been overwhelming, from vigils held across the state to fundraisers supporting Ty's wife Lauren and their daughter Letty. They say that the generosity and kindness has brought comfort to Ty's family, friends, and fellow troopers during a time of sorrow.
The Delaware Community Foundation awarded just under $298,000 in capital grants to 23 nonprofit organizations statewide, and the 2026 grants will support facility upgrades, accessibility improvements, technology needs, and safety projects. Notable grants including funding for accessibility improvements at Nature Conservancy preserves, planning work at Chase Oaks Preserve with the Sussex County Land Trust, and there's a new air conditioning unit for Milford Advocacy for the Homeless.
And we're just getting started here on this hour of CoastTV News Today.
Now, coming up, Cemetery Arboretum accredited how the Wycomico County environment was awarded the recognition.
Also, police department pay, what Somerset County Police are considering to alleviate staff shortages.
But first, the Rainbow Bridge fence in Lewis, how a couple's idea turned into a community memorial. That's up next in this week's Coastal Connections.
A simple walk along the Lewis-Georgetown Trail comes with colorful reminders of pets that have touched so many lives. And it's a spot where one couple paid tribute to a dog that they've lost, creating a landmark for others. As Drew Bellinger shows us, it's now building a bridge to the rest of the community.
Losing a pet is never easy. But it is easier when you are not alone. A community memorial is dedicated to the many pets that have brought joy to neighbors in the area. Just off Minos Conaway Road and down the Lewis-Georgetown Trail sits the Rainbow Bridge fence. In 2024, Kat Riley and Rose Moorhead created the Rainbow Bridge fence after losing their dog Josie back in 2023.
But she was very trainable, the best car buddy, beach buddy, travel buddy. Yeah, she was good. She was a good dog.
The idea to create the bridge sparked when walking the trail just did not feel the same. Now that the couple has their new dog, Gordon, the joy has been brought back. But they say before they lost Josie, they walked the trail almost daily.
We use this trail every day to walk, and my partner and her dog would walk on here every day with the crowds, without the crowds, you know, throughout all the seasons. And she didn't want to get out and walk much anymore after that.
Lisa Whitcomb-Beebe, who lives in the community, loves the bridge and even added to it when her dog Fergie passed.
It's a beautiful way to walk by and remember your pet and share a special memory with, you know, your other pet or with someone that you're walking with.
The bridge features animals from dogs to this lizard. Riley says even after creating this Facebook group, she never expected the bridge to turn into what it has.
We put Josie's collar out there, and then within a few days, people were signing it, leaving their own dog leashes, and it's just been growing ever since.
You don't need to know the pets behind the names here on the Rainbow Bridge fence to understand the love that comes behind them. And Riley and Moorhead say that anybody walking up and down the Lewis-Georgetown Trail is more than welcome to leave a memory of their own. For Coastal Connections, I'm Drew Bellinger.
Time is 5:18, and we're now giving you a live look at the calm scene in Ocean City. And Chris, we got another dry day ahead.
Yeah, it's going to be a beautiful day. The warming trend will continue to stay above average temperatures. Now, we're not going to be in the low to mid 60s like we were yesterday, but still above that average high of 46 degrees. Right now, we're holding at 39 in Bethany Beach, so milder at the beaches. We're in the 30s and 40s, but away from the coast with the clear skies and calm winds, we're down to 29 in Laurel, 31 in Georgetown. You can see the winds are calm across the area, and that's allowing for those temperatures to fall. We're running about 19 degrees colder at this hour than we were just 24 hours ago in Salisbury. So you have high pressure back off to the west. You can see pretty quiet throughout much of the mid-Atlantic and the Ohio River valleys. This storm system, you can see it taking shape here out in the Rockies and the Midwest. That is going to be our next playmaker as we go into tomorrow night through the start of the weekend. So rain chances really ramp up Saturday. Late shower possible tomorrow evening, but a better chance comes on Saturday as that cold front pushes through. Today, partly cloudy skies. We're up to 51 in Milford, 53 Millsboro, 53 Cambridge to 53 Denton. See a high of 55 in Snow Hill. So overall, a pleasant day under partly cloudy skies. Futurecast shows partly cloudy skies into the overnight as well. We'll dip into the mid to upper 30s. And then by Friday, we see southerly winds kick back in, partly sunny skies, temperatures surging back into the lower to mid 60s. We stay dry through most of the day. And then as we go into the evening, notice a few light showers streaming into the area. Friday is a mild night. Temperatures are going to be in the 40s and 50s, and then we see another wave of showers Saturday morning before another round rolls in late Saturday afternoon. So Saturday, an unsettled day. We go from 63 Friday to 66 on Saturday. Could see an early morning shower before sunrise Sunday, but most of Sunday, I think, is going to be dry. There's that moisture building in Saturday afternoon through Saturday evening as the cold front pushes through. Winds are going to be picking up as we go into Sunday through Monday as cold, drier air filters in behind the front, and we stay pretty quiet into the start of next week. We're looking at a general half an inch to an inch of rain, I think, by Saturday night. We're at 54 today, pleasant day, partly cloudy skies, 36 overnight, mainly clear, not as cold, 63 into Friday, partly sunny skies, showers in the evening, and then a better chance as we go into Saturday morning. Get a bit of a break, and then another round as we go into Saturday night. Turns windy into Sunday, 51, and then we're down to 43 on Monday under sunny skies. Matt.
Thank you, Chris. Across Delmarva, the Somerset County Sheriff's Office is seeking higher deputy salaries to continue services. Somerset County Sheriff Ronald Howard said that losing just 2 more deputies would remove around-the-clock coverage, and Sheriff Howard is asking the county to increase the base pay for deputies to $70,000 a year. That would be a $20,000 increase. However, Sheriff Howard says the commissioners decided to table the decision until July. Lieutenant Ray Jones says they cannot compete with the offerings at other agencies.
We would call that like a lateral hire, maybe somebody that's looking to retire or move with their family, maybe to to the Eastern Shore from the Western Shore agency, something like that. We can't bring them in commensurate with experience, which you see on a lot of applications, because if we did, they would be making more than all of the current employees that we have. So we've asked them to remedy that. We've given them a couple options and things that we thought would help with that. And again, they didn't seem to be against it. But right now, they've told us not until July.
And the Sheriff's Office says temporary solutions to the staff shortage could include pulling school resource officers for road patrol, reducing coverages to 24 hours, 5 days a week, and also help covering service gaps from the Princess Anne and Crisfield Police Departments as well as the Maryland State Police.
Still ahead, Fenwick Restaurant GoFundMe. Why employees are in need after an accident over the weekend. CoastTV News Today. We'll be right back.
Crab Cake Factory Bayside in Fenwick Island. Everything's closed after that car crashed into the restaurant Sunday afternoon. Now there's a GoFundMe to support the restaurant staff. According to the GoFundMe page, the closure will have a big impact on employees, and the funds will go directly to them to help with living expenses.
Now, a cemetery in Salisbury has achieved a rarity for Delmarva. Parsons Cemetery is now an accredited arboretum at ArbNet. The cemetery says that it identified all of these trees and shrubs in the area and discovered a wide and diverse variety of species that makes it one of only 4 accredited arboretums on Delmarva. Leaders say the designated supports its initiative and preserving the environment.
We actually are very excited to have people come and check out the trees we have here in the cemetery. Be kind of part of our Earth Day activities, but one of them will certainly be if you want to come learn about the details about our trees.
Zaprowski says the cemetery's first ever Earth Day celebration will include guided tours of the trees in the cemetery. It's also raising money to tag the trees and create informational kiosks.
Good Thursday morning, Delmarva. Another delightful day awaits here on Delmarva as we take a live look into Ocean City. 41 there, a little milder at the beaches, a little cooler further inland. And we have another beautiful day with temperatures getting into the upper 40s to right around 50 at the beaches. So we're not going to see the upper 50s to lower 60s like we had yesterday. But needless to say, a really nice day. Calm winds across the area. We're up to 47 by around lunchtime in both Lewis and Rehoboth. Beautiful afternoon in Cambridge. We get up right to around 50 degrees as well as in Crisfield under partly cloudy skies. Congratulations to our umbrella winner, Gordon Johnson of Millsboro, Delaware. Just won an umbrella from Coast TV, and you can always give our Coast TV First Alert weather phone a call for your latest forecast. We'll talk about 60s returning tomorrow and rainy conditions to start the weekend. We'll talk more about that in our next half hour.
After the break on Coast TV News today, organizations detail help for homeless, the efforts in town to help those facing affordability issues.
Also, mayor fired up at federal officials, the outrage, and lawmaker response over a shooting involving an ICE agent in Minneapolis.
Plus, Avelo stops ICE flights, how the announcement is impacting possible legislation in Delaware. Coast TV News Today returns after the break.
Now on Coast TV News.
Federal force fallout.
ICE out of New York! ICE out of New York!
Nationwide protests after an ICE-involved shooting, plus how opposition to the agency has led to action on Delmarva.
Shelter System spotlight what a number of organizations say they provide to help those experiencing homelessness in the Georgetown area.
Update on Ellendale cameras. What the town council is asking of Legislative Hall in the attempt to increase security.
Good Thursday morning, Delmarva. We're beginning in the low to mid 30s this morning. A beautiful day awaits in the 50s, tracking more 60s and a chance of rain.
This is Coast TV News Today.
January 8th, 2026. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Grace.
Good morning, Matt. I'm Grace Eckerly. Thank you for joining us today.
We're hitting 5:31 a.m. We just hit it right now on this Thursday morning.
And it is a Thursday. We've talked about this every week. It comes out that Thursdays are the best day of the week. It's like a little tease into the weekend. And you know what, Matt? These temperatures are a little tease of spring as well.
It has been delightful. It feels like spring. I'm enjoying this, Grace.
I think especially in this kind of area where you live on the coast, it's like your whole life kind of pauses until it gets to the nice weather where you can enjoy the beach and being outside with your friends and all the outdoor activities, and you get to kayak and boogie board and whatever you do in your free time.
Just the normal stuff, yeah.
And now, speaking of that weather, turning to First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono. Chris, we had a nice day yesterday. Please tell us that this will stay true for today.
Good morning, Grace and Matt. Yes, we're on our way to another delightful day on Delmarva. Not as warm as yesterday, but still above average as we enjoy this early January thaw on the peninsula. We're at 39 in Rehoboth, a little cooler away from the beaches. We're at 29 in Laurel, 29 in Harrington, 31 in Georgetown. We have clear skies, calm winds. That's allowing for temperatures to fall at this hour. And we're going to continue to see clear conditions across the area. High pressure just back off to our west is going to virtually slide right over the peninsula through the day today, and it has been a cold stretch as you know. Back from the weekend, we were in the 30s, slowly climbing into the 50s on Tuesday. We were in the 60s yesterday. Today, we're going to be right in the lower to mid 50s across the area. Mostly sunny skies. We'll see a few clouds filter in through the afternoon and into the evening, but overall, an absolutely gorgeous day on the peninsula as we get up into the lower to mid 50s. Average high is 46, so we're going to continue this trend of well above average temperatures for Friday into the weekend, but it comes at a cost. We are going to be dealing with some rain as we go into the start of the weekend. I'll break those rain chances down coming up a little bit later on.
Thank you, Chris. Our top story this half hour is the ongoing illegal immigration controversy. and how some on Delmarva are reacting to it.
And the latest is Avelo Airlines, which runs flights out of the Wilmington Airport. The airline says it's now shutting down its base at Phoenix Mesa Gateway Airport later this month.
The airline says it's ending its role in the Department of Homeland Security's deportation charter program because it wasn't financially sustainable long term.
Avelo launched the charter flights last year using 3 planes to transport detainees between detention centers and to countries in Central America. And this announcement from Avelo is changing things up in Dover. Here's what we're talking about. Democratic Delaware State Senator Ray Siegfried says Senate Bill 207, that would have taken away some state incentives from companies involved in deportation flights, is now on hold. He says the bill was never about banning those flights or targeting one company. He says it was about making sure Delaware wasn't financially supporting practices he opposes. Now, Siegfried says there's no reason to move forward with the legislation, but lawmakers could still revisit the bill if things change.
A Salisbury man's life has changed forever after his wife was detained by ICE and his family suffered an untimely death. On Saturday morning, Rigo Lopez says his wife, Arlete Maria Martinez, was on her way to work when she was detained by ICE on Mount Herman Road. 2 days later, their son, 15-year-old Kevin Martinez, a student at Parkside High School, died from cancer. Martinez, still in custody of ICE, never got her chance to say goodbye. Maryland's court records show the only thing on her record is a traffic citation from her involvement in an accident in 2015.
And we're now taking a live look at Minneapolis, Minnesota. Officials and protesters are reacting with outrage after an ICE agent shot and killed a 37-year-old woman on Wednesday. And new overnight, the mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Frey, is demanding ICE get out of the city. But Trump administration officials are calling the shooting a justified response to domestic terrorism. Here we have video from the scene. It shows an officer, well, actually that we just had that, but the officer did go to the driver's door, another stepping in front of a vehicle, and when the driver accelerated forward and to the right, shots were fired. Now, we saw Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem just a moment ago. She says the woman was blocking an ICE vehicle that got stuck in the snow. But Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey is pushing back.
The ICE officer, fearing for his life and the other officers around him and the safety of the public, fired defensive shots.
Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly, that is
President Trump defending the officer's action, vowing to protect law enforcement agents, and now Minnesota Governor Tim Walz urging protesters to stay peaceful.
The continuing effort in dealing with the homeless situation in Georgetown, the Supportive Housing Issues Committee, created in September to help with existing facilities.
Yeah, we have our Lisa Weber live in Georgetown, where today a committee meeting. We expect to see presentations from multiple organizations that offer resources for those experiencing homelessness or affordability issues. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. Yes, today those committees include Love Inc., the Recovery Hub, and First State Community Action Agency. They will give presentations about all the services they provide to people experiencing homelessness and poverty here in the Georgetown area. And the Georgetown Supportive Housing Committee has been working for the past couple of months to make sure that they are making the best they can for people experiencing homelessness in this area and providing those resources. And Love Inc. works with local churches to help those experiencing homelessness and poverty. They offer many different resources for food insecurity and a loss of home utilities as well. The organizations also run Code Purple shelters in Sussex County. The Recovery Hub is community-based and it's a support center for individuals seeking recovery from substance use and other disorders. It also provides workforce development and housing navigation. And First State Community Action Agency offers a variety of programs for those experiencing poverty, like navigating affordable housing, works with shelters to get people out of the cold, reentry programs, and financial literacy programs. We spoke with the executive director of First State Action Agency about their mission to help those in need.
We want to continue to make a difference in the lives of the people that we serve. And I know that's possible. It's hard sometimes, but it's possible. So we have to look on the bright side. What we do here for State Community Action Agency is make a difference, not only in the individuals, but in the communities that we serve.
And those presentations will take place this afternoon at 4 p.m. at the committee meeting. Back to you.
Thank you, Elisa in Georgetown. Now an update to a story that we've been covering out of Ellendale. The town council is trying to put pressure on Delmarva Power. This is for the installation of security cameras on Delmarva power poles. And according to the town leaders, the town received a $100,000 grant to move the project forward. But the installation hasn't been simple, however. The previous reports, town officials were told by Delmarva Power that they could not attach the cameras to these poles. The town council says they are taking the issue to state leaders amid the impending March deadline to use the money or lose the money.
There's a little less traffic in outer space today. NASA has postponed a scheduled spacewalk due to a, quote, medical concern. Astronauts Mike Fink and Zena Cardman were set to exit an International Space Station airlock to finish work on a power channel. No word yet on when the spacewalk will be rescheduled.
Happening today, the Starboard in Dewey Beach says it will host a fundraiser for Corporal Matthew Ty Snook. It was last week that Snook was shot and killed while working overtime at a Williamton DMV. And according to organizers, the fundraiser is set for January 8th. The restaurant says all proceeds will go directly to the Snook family.
As Delaware gets ready to celebrate the nation's 250th birthday, new funding is helping bring history to life across the state. Among the final grant recipients, 2 in Sussex County, are the Delmarva Council of Scouting America. Funding will help scouts explore Delaware's role in American history, and the Richard Allen Coalition. This completes a documentary on the life and legacy of Richard Allen, a key religious leader and founder of the African Methodist Episcopal Church. And we have a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, respect for representative, the announcement that sparked this social media post from Maryland Governor Wes Moore.
Also, local coach steps down. We hear from Decatur's Jay Coleman on why he is leaving the powerhouse program he has built.
And cars keep driving. How state police are responding to this possibly dangerous driving situation. Stay with us on CoastTV News today.
Hope this Thursday morning is treating you well, Delmarva, as we take a live look into Ocean City. It's somewhat mild at the beaches this morning. We're at 41 degrees. A far different story further inland. We're in the lower 30s. We're at 31 in Georgetown, Salisbury, at the freezing mark in Cambridge and Easton. You can see the temperature change over the last 24 hours. We're 19 degrees colder in Salisbury than we were just 24 hours ago. A delightful day awaits as high pressure builds in over the region. We have mostly sunny skies to start this morning. Sunrise 7:19, so we begin the day right at or just below the freezing mark. And then by this afternoon, expect partly cloudy skies, 54 degrees, as we continue to see these above average temperatures. And it will continue into the start of the weekend, but it will come with rain. Tracking some rain in the weekend. We'll talk more about that a little later on.
One mom in Sussex County says she is worried drivers are putting children in danger by going around stopped school buses. In Laurel, Jamie Eddick recorded multiple cars passing the bus with its red lights on over the last 2 mornings. The incidents occurred on Route 9. Delaware State Police say the actions are unacceptable and drivers who pass a stopped school bus can face an arrest and a court date.
Cambridge police are asking people to stay alert following an increase in car break-ins and thefts across the city. Now, according to the Cambridge Police Chief Justin Todd, he says police have seen an uptick in car break-ins and thefts, mostly happening during the late evening hours and the overnight hours. The Cambridge Police Department is reminding everyone to remove valuables from the car or secure them out of sight and to always lock your car when you leave it.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning, sports fans. Big news in the Bayside. Jay Coleman is stepping down from the head coaching position at Stephen Decatur. Coleman built a powerhouse in Berlin, winning back-to-back 2A state championships, including a 28-game win streak. He also helped multiple student athletes develop further and take their talents to the college level. This past season, he coached the Seahawks to an 8-2 overall record in the first year of being moved up to the 3A class. Coach Jay Coleman says he'll be around, but wants to be able to spend more time with his family.
I want to be more present, when I'm present. Being a head coach, running the defense and doing everything to the level and standard that I kind of hold myself to, as well as, making sure that I'm making time for my family. I felt like I was falling a little bit short. I'm not planning on going anywhere right now. I just want to go watch my son play, and I'm going to step back. But I certainly have enjoyed my time at Decatur. Man, I've got the best administration. Like I said, I got the best parents. You know, I've got just the best players, the best coaches. So I'm just so appreciative of everybody.
To the NBA, the Atlanta Hawks are trading four-time NBA All-Star Trae Young to the Washington Wizards. CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert will be heading to the Hawks in exchange. The 27-year-old reaches his preferred destination in the nation's capital. That'll for us for now. Have a great day, everybody.
And coming up tonight on DSN, Waihi and Chincoteague go head-to-head on the basketball court. At 4:30, we have the girls' game, and at 6:30, it's the boys. And along with those games that we just mentioned, here's what you can watch on DSN Plus. At 5:15, Odessa battles Christiana in boys basketball. More boys hoops at 5:30 when Bennett hosts Pocomoke and Colonel Richardson visits Easton. And at 6 p.m., we have girls basketball when Sussex Central visits Sussex Tech.
Movie and streaming news now. Here's David Daniel with today's Hollywood Minute.
My child comes from a whole line of revolutionaries.
One battle after another has received a record-breaking 7 nominations for the Screen Actors Guild Actor Awards, 5 for individual actors, plus Outstanding Cast and Stunt Ensemble. Sinners was close behind with 5 nominations. The Actors Awards stream live on Netflix March 1st.
Woman's died, but right now we can't give you any more than that. That's all we got. Thank you.
Detective Harper, is it true you knew her? Jeez, what was with that reporter?
It's my wife.
Tessa Thompson and John Bernthal star in His and Hers as estranged spouses, one a reporter, the other a detective, both searching for answers and suspicious of each other after a murder in her hometown. The limited series His and Hers premieres today on Netflix. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
If you're having a rough week, cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from CoastTV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. You can sign up now for free at coasttv.com/sign-up to get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Friday.
We have certainly been feeling good about this weather over the last few days, and it's going to continue today. We're going to be in the lower to mid 50s, 60s by tomorrow, but we do have rain rolling in beginning Friday night, and that carries over into the weekend. I'll break down those rain chances next.
9 a.m. as we're taking a live look outside. Chris, dark right now, but we're looking towards a sunny day today.
Yeah, I mean, this beautiful weather is going to continue, and yeah, we're going to continue to see above average temperatures. Average high is 46. We're going to continue to see lower to mid 50s across the area today after hitting 64 in Georgetown yesterday. We're at 39 right now in Rehoboth. A little colder away from the beaches where we have clear skies, calm winds. That's allowing temperatures to fall away from the water. We're at 29 in Harrington and Redden, 30 Gumboro, and we are at 31 in Salisbury. Winds are calm, and that's really the way that they're going to stay for most of the day. We're about 16 degrees cooler in Georgetown than where we were just 24 hours ago. High pressure is building into the region, so you can see pretty quiet throughout much of the northeast, the southeast, and the mid-Atlantic, but we do have a big storm system beginning to take shape here out in the plains and the Rockies. It's going to kick out here across the Midwest here over the next few days, produce some severe weather across the Ohio Valley and the South. For us, we are going to see rain develop late tomorrow through Saturday. And those rain chances really begin to ramp up Saturday afternoon through Saturday evening. So for today, we're like mostly sunny skies. Temperatures are going to be in the upper 40s at the beaches for Lewis, and then generally in the lower to mid 40s, 54 Georgetown to 54 in Salisbury this afternoon. So partly cloudy skies through the day today, a mix of clouds and stars overnight. We dip into the mid 30s. Friday, we surge back up into the lower to mid 60s ahead of some showers that will move in. It looks like Friday evening. Now everyone's going to see the shower activity. It's going to be generally light, but a mild night, and that will carry over into Saturday. Saturday morning, we see the first round of showers move through. Then we get a bit of a break through the afternoon before the second round rolls in. But temperatures are going to be well above average here over the next 2 days. 51 into Sunday. as temperatures fall. So there's the rain as we roll into Saturday afternoon. Could be heavy at times, looking at about a ½ an inch to an inch of rain by Saturday night. And then by Sunday, we're looking at sunny skies returning as clouds decrease and winds pick up. We're at 54 this afternoon under partly cloudy skies, a pleasant day, 36 overnight with a mix of clouds and stars, then 63 for our Friday with that evening shower. Most of the day is dry. Saturday, the more unsettled day, 51 by Sunday. Temperatures are going to be falling through the day as the winds pick up as well. Gusts 30 to 40 miles an hour and a blustery start to the week, 43 degrees. And then we're at 51 on Monday under mainly sunny skies. Grace.
Thank you, Chris. Maryland Governor Wes Moore is thanking Representative Steny Hoyer and his career amid his retirement from Congress. The governor says the state is, quote, better because of your legacy of service. The 86-year-old is the third longest serving House member and previously served as Majority Leader. Prior to heading to the U.S. House, he spent more than 10 years in the Maryland State Senate. And the time is now 5:52 a.m. Time to, oh my goodness, Matt, time to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
This is a great picture. We got our coastal pet of the day. So right now, Georgie is the dog, and we also have Ron. And Ron is reading Georgie The Night Before Christmas. And these two were submitted to us by Susan in Cambridge.
Oh, Matt, this is so sweet. Oh my goodness. Well, we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. You can send us photos, tell us what makes them so special. If you took a look at your screen now.
Scan that QR code at the top center to submit your friend to Coast TV News, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature. I think we're in one of these situations where if you liked yesterday's weather, you're probably going to like today's weather as well.
Are you throwing yourself in that boat?
I think I am.
In that kayak, actually. In the kayaking weather. Matt Penting and his kayak are going to take a nice, if
you missed
like
us
this.
yesterday, Grace showed a picture of that on the air.
Of course. Well, it was your favorite tradition, right? And Chris told us there was good enough weather for it. Like, this is just a fantastic day.
Yeah, and you're not going to have much wind today, so you know, on the lake there. Well, temperatures starting in the right around the freezing mark this morning. Some areas away from the beaches are actually in the upper 20s this morning, but a beautiful day awaits. We'll be up to 48 by around 11. Lower to mid 50s is where we'll finish off this afternoon for our daytime highs. 48 by around 5. Partly cloudy skies. Winds will stay relatively calm, but we'll have more of a northerly wind flow today. We're back up into the 60s for our Friday. Partly sunny skies. Watch for an evening shower. Most of the day is dry. Saturday, the more unsettled day. We'll see a round of showers in the morning and then another period of rain late in the afternoon through the evening as a cold front pushes through the area. We drop to 51 on Sunday. Could see a brief morning shower, I think primarily right before sunrise. Other than that, it's going to stay pretty windy. I think sunny into Monday. Cooler air works in here for Monday, 43. And then we'll moderate a bit into the lower 50s Tuesday into Wednesday. And then we see some much colder air arrive late next week as we see daytime highs back into the mid to upper 30s. So a taste of reality there just into the distance there on that 10-day forecast. Matt.
Yeah, winter. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Chris. Coming up in our next hour, shooting reaction. While the deadly Minnesota incident is increasing tensions, we also look at how the illegal immigration controversy is having an effect here on that and more when we continue with Coast TV News today.